Msgr Stephen Rossetti, Washington, D.C., exorcist for many years, in many, many cases. 2 decades, right? Is that
2 decades almost.
And all of these incredible cases in his new book, My Confrontation with Hell. Tremendous detail of incredible stories, truly incredible cases. I'd like to ask you about generational healing. Do demons come through family trees?
Here's what I would say. That's a debated point. There's a bunch of priests who will say, no, there's no such thing as generational spirits or curses. Now, it is true that you and I are not responsible, we're not culpable for the sins of our ancestors. No. But can they have some effect on us? Some negative spiritual effect? Sure they can. For example, psychologically we know that. We know that if I have dysfunctional parents or grandparents, whatever, it can affect the whole family line. Same way spiritually. And some people say, no, baptism wipes it out. No, actually, baptism doesn't wipe it out. As a matter of fact, baptism wipes out the culpability and the stain of the sin. But the effects of Adam and Eve's sin are still with us. For example, that we get sick, we die, we have a distorted thinking, distorted passions. That comes from Adam and Eve's sin. So yeah, we are affected. We can be affected strongly by the actions of our ancestors. One of the biggest places we know that is in Freemasonry. We've had some very powerful cases where people have had high-level Freemasons in their background, and they have all sorts of generational problems. Generation after generation, but it lives when we do those generations.
And alcohol and things like that.
Could be alcohol, or it could be a long series of adultery, strange illnesses. But you see this repetitive dysfunction in families, and then sometimes when you say these Freemasonic curses, you lift them.
And you have a case in the book where somebody who was the victim of alcoholism coming down the family tree actually was tempted to the point where, when trying to give it up, a bottle of alcohol would just materialize.
It did, yeah.
These demons can be very, very powerful.
Well, people don't realize that, we theologically, we believe in Satan and demons, but they do actually can affect our lives directly. And you see this in this ministry. That's why people sometimes they say, well, I don't believe that. All I can say is you will if you worked with us, because you'll see demons affecting people's lives.
Isn't one of the most dangerous things the occult as far as coming down the family tree?
People do have no idea that one of the most serious sins and most devastating sins is to practice the occult. Witchcraft, Satanism, Ouija boards, tarot cards. Whenever you get involved in what we call divination, divination, any form of divination, you are explicitly inviting demons into your lives. And the toughest cases we have to get rid of, the demons, are divination cases. It'll take 3 or 4 years anyway.
Msgr Stephen Rossetti, again, his book, just off the press, My Confrontation with Hell. Really urge you to get it.
My thanks to the Browns and to Spirit Daily.
God bless you.
Thanks, Michael.